Head coach Mike Tomlin just revealed that a massive trade could be going down on draft day for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, the Pittsburgh Steelers, as we all know, they traded away wide receiver Chase Claypool to the Chicago Bears at the trade deadline this past season and received pick number 32 in this year's NFL draft. But now, head coach Mike Tomlin, at a press conference done today with general manager Omar Khan, he basically put a huge for sale sign up on that pick number 32 spot and telling all the other teams that they're open for business at that pick. So, just in case if you haven't seen the interview done with him and general manager Omar Khan, here's everything that he had to say about trading that pick number 32 spot. I think the thing that we're least familiar with about it is the amount of calls we will be or could be getting. That's where we spend our time. How do we organize? And how do we prepare for the amount of interest that pick could have? That's a good, exciting possibility for us. Being in that position, we're acknowledging that we're not quarterback shopping. And that position might be someone that attracts quarterback shoppers. It's exciting to see what might transpire with some of the phone calls and the value that we might be getting. It is a unique position for us to be in, and we're very excited about it. I think that 32nd position is something that's new to us, and that's something that's probably going to have more of our attention in terms of the uniqueness of it. It's just due diligence in terms of preparing for a possibility of major things to happen, whether we stay there, move up, or move back. So, I did a video earlier in the week talking about how unique that pick number 32 spot is, because Miami Dolphins had to forfeit their pick in this year's NFL draft in the first round. That pick number 32 spot is basically a first round pick for the Steelers, but it's really a second round pick, meaning that they're going to be the first team on the clock in the second round, but it's still pick number 32, meaning they're going to have a whole day to just receive phone calls or make a decision and come to a conclusion on that pick. They're going to have a whole day knowing everyone who's on the board, and teams are going to see everyone who's on the board and make a decision if they want to trade up. And that's where they could get the most value for that pick, because a team might want to trade up to get their guy knowing everyone's on the board. And the Steelers are really in a great position there. But the thing I just don't understand about Mike Tomlin, of what he's talking about with quarterback and needy teams trading up, that part just doesn't make sense to me. Because when I look at a team wanting to trade up for a quarterback, more than likely they won't want to trade up in the first pick of the second round for a quarterback. If they were going to trade up for a quarterback, it would be for the first round pick number 31, because a team would most likely want the fifth year option on a quarterback to save money down the line on the quarterback if he does pan out. So more than likely they won't want to pick number 32, because that would be in the second round and they wouldn't have that fifth year option on that quarterback. So that part I just didn't really understand. Just because he mentioned a quarterback being traded for doesn't mean that a team will only want a quarterback. They could trade up for a different position. Just for example, if the team wants an offensive tackle and they know that if they stay put at their own pick, that he will be taken before they get to even be on the board, they might want to leapfrog a different team, knowing that that team might have interest in their guy. All in all, with Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan talking about how aggressive they want to be in the draft this year, especially Omar Khan, I wouldn't be surprised with the Steelers either trading up, trading back, or even doing both in this year's NFL draft. It makes sense because there's been rumors about the Steelers trading up from the pick number 17 spot. And if they do that, more than likely they'll have to give up draft capital. And the only way for them to receive more draft capital in this year's NFL draft, if they do trade up, is to trade back with a later pick. And trading back from pick number 32 to receive another second round and third round pick, that could be huge for the Steelers if they do want to trade up, trade back, or stay put in this year's NFL draft. Also, when you think about it, trading back from that pick number 32 spot doesn't make a lot of sense in a general perspective, because there's really a top 3 offensive tackle, top 3 cornerback, and a defensive lineman in this NFL draft. And if all the top options are gone at that pick number 32 spot, what's the point of staying at that pick? They could trade back and get another third round pick in return for it. And you might be able to pick a position that you might not have been able to pick if you didn't get an extra pick. For example, wide receiver. The Steelers don't really need a wide receiver, but if they get an extra third round pick, they might be able to pick one at a later round. Or even, for example, this cornerback class is very deep, and if all top 3 cornerbacks are off the board, if they're able to double dip at the cornerback position later in the draft because of the draft capital they're able to receive by trading down, that just makes a lot of sense for the Steelers to trade back in this year's NFL draft. So, with that being said, let me know down in the comments below. How do you feel about the Pittsburgh Steelers being aggressive at the NFL draft this year? Do you think that Omar Khan and Mike Tomlin will switch their approach from years past, from General Manager Kevin Colbert, or do you think they'll still stick with their plans and kind of stay put in this year's draft? Let me know down in the comments below. Do you want them to trade up, trade back, or stay put? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well if the Steelers content, analysis, reports. Like the video, turn on post notifications down below for this channel as well so you can get notified whenever I post an Steelers video. Click the bell down below so you never miss out. The draft is less than a week away, and we're covering it all, so stay tuned for every pick of the NFL draft. I'm covering it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all later. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.